Me not even.
Me do something,
Oh my God. If I ever know what happened a while ago. Anyway, moving right along. Good evening. Good
Yeah,
evening,
that's
everyone.
what
Good evening. Good evening to everyone, wherever you are in the
I
world,
agree.
whether you're in Europe. Let me see if I can get all 7 continents.
Okay.
Whether you're in Europe, you're in South America, you're in Africa, you're in North America, you're in Antarctica, you're in Oceanic, that's 6, you're in Asia, 7. Welcome each and everyone, wherever you're coming from. Welcome, welcome tonight. And I hope you guys have been having a great week so far. A lot has been happening in the land of track and field, both locally and abroad. But tonight we're here to talk about locally, as in our own legacy in Jamaica and some of the things that are affecting us. So we're going to do some talk tonight with me. And tonight's show is about the fans. Yes, it is about us tonight. We are the fans and we have some concerns, and we want to talk about them as fans, because guess what? We are a part of the sport too. No sport can survive without fans. So tonight it is about us and how we feel about certain things. We're not here to attack anyone. We're just here to express how we feel about certain things. And of course, with me, two of my very, very good friends, especially in track and field. When I want to vent, these are the people I I reach out to vent. With me, we have Ozzy Dixon, St. Jago, old boy here. And then we have Alina, Coach Alina, right? Camperdown girl, Camperdown in the business, of course. I love to call her a middle and long distance coach. I don't business what anything else that she's coaching. For me, she's a middle and long distance coach. Welcome, guys. How are you doing? It's Thursday.
Alina, I yield to you. You go first.
Oh, I'm all right. I'm here. I'm just chilling.
You're just chilling. Okay. Well, we're going to be chilling and talking about some things. So, are you, Ozzy? How was your day?
The day has been okay so far. Mm, little ups and downs, but otherwise I'm in reasonable good health, so I won't complain. Um,
Lovely.
looking at track and
A
looking
whole,
forward.
a whole
I leave
lot.
it
Look
at that.
here. I am here tonight with a heavy heart. My heart heavy. And when I say my heart heavy, I mean say my heart heavy tonight. I am here with a heavy heart tonight, and I'm going to express how I feel as a fan. Yes, I'm going to explain how I feel as a track and field fan. So, um, a lot has been happening in the sport, but what I want us to talk about a little bit is this discussion, as I said before, is not to attack anyone, but this is about fair play. And in sport, fair play is a principle. The principles of fair play speaks about integrity, fairness, and respect. Okay. Um, what is the purpose of a sport governing body, really? Ozzy, what is the purpose?
Ooh, wow. um, and I guess, well, for any sport to develop, to promote, develop the sport
Mm-hmm.
as best as possible, to
Yeah.
support the athletes who are in the sports, provide the necessary environment for athletes to perform at their optimum, um,
Mm-hmm.
to entertain the fans. Ultimately, that's what sports is all about: entertainment. Um, in a nutshell, yeah,
And
that's
you're right. You're right.
yeah,
You're right. Because I did the research on it, and that's what it is. A sport federation is really there to they govern the sport in every way, where they play a crucial role in terms of development and regularization and promotion and the whole works. Anything to do with the sport, that is what they are there for. I looked at, and a lot of this discussion is going to be about the J3 and our athletes. The J3 is to promote, develop, regulate athletics in Jamaica. We organize competition and events in Jamaica for athletes who would otherwise have difficulties finding competition opportunity. That is their mission. The Jamaica Athletic Administrative Association plays a role in shaping, are supposed to play a role in shaping the development of the sport in Jamaica. Now, let us look at some rules. Are the rules clear? In your opinion, based on what you guys have read, because I know you guys have read some of the rules, are the rules clear? Alina, Coach Alina, Coach Alina.
Are the rules clear?
Mm-hmm.
In
In
some,
your opinion, when you read the rules, are they clear?
in,
Especially as it relates to selection. Mhm.
is it?
Remember, tonight we're here as fans, we are here in support of the athletes and such and such. So, are the rules of the federation clear?
Not necessarily.
Ozzy, are the rules clear?
Um, all right, let me try and answer this as best as I can. Uh, the first of all, the selection document or piece of paper that I have seen, I think it's rather flimsy. Um, for our selection policy for a body like J3A, who we claim to be a track and field power, and we are in a sense. Um, I would have expected a more comprehensive selection policy document that when anybody take that document up and read, you don't need to ask no question. Everything
No
is clear,
confusion. Mm-hmm.
right? No confusion. It's everything is covered. Um, as I say, I think our document is very flimsy. Um, I suspect the amendment to the existing document was a result of what transpired with the relay, the relay debacle last year. But still, I think it was an opportunity to put together a good document, which has not been done. Um, a lot of things are not covered. For example, what do we do in a case where athletes have not made the qualification? I mean, I know what they do, but when the qualification standard is not met, how do you go about selecting one person as against another? That has also caused some controversy. Well, not necessarily controversy, but a lot of discussion and bad feelings from some athletes who felt they were shortchanged. Now, if there was a document that clearly articulated how that was done, there would be no misunderstanding. So that's one example, of so
And
the
and
document
just
in
to
my view is weak. It's weak.
And to piggyback on that, I am one of those people that I always tell my friends, write. When you write things, if you're dealing with a group of people and you want everybody to be in sync, you must write policies. There's no two-way, there's no maybe about that. Because if you don't write clear policies, then everybody just are gonna do whatever they want to do. So in order to have your people in sync, whether it is a school, a church, a club, an organization, an institution, you must have clear rules to govern that institution so that you can have everybody on the same page. All right. The new document, the update to the relays says top three top three in the 100 and the 4x1, guaranteed a spot in the relay pool. No, I don't have a problem with that because top 4 is not always the best fit for a relay. It is not always the best fit. Sometimes you have your top 4 and you have other people who are doing well in other events and they can run a very good leg on a relay team. So I am okay with the top 3 guaranteed a spot in the relay pool. It doesn't guarantee that you're going to run.
Right.
Now, here where I have a problem now. The rest of the rule that says, listen now, the other, the remaining members will be chosen by the selection committee. Now, what are the criteria to select the remaining people? How are you going to select the remaining people for the relay pool? That is what they should have focused on to make that clear, to say however they want to write it, but you must have something, because if you don't do that, you're going to run into problems again.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Right.
Too ambiguous. It's
It
not.
it it it, it
Yeah.
um I have been on the British, UK athletics and USA track and field website and looked at their selection policy document, and it, I mean, it lays it out. Generally some of the criteria that they use for selection and all that sort of thing, conditions for people to be selected, clearly articulated.
And this is
So
what we don't
Our,
have. And
our selection is shrouded in mystery.
yeah. And it need to be clear. It need to be in black and white so that the athletes can understand it and fans can understand it. Because if fans feel like you're going to make a selection because of affiliation or anything like that, fans are going to get upset. So you want, when the fans read the rules, fans like us who follow the sport the way we do, when we read the rules and we see a selection is made, then we can say, okay, yes, this selection makes sense. Because when you look at the criteria, just like how you say the top 3 in the 100 meter, that is clear. So if you come fourth, don't even think about being automatically selected. That is clear. But as it relates to the remaining members, is up to the selection committee. What are they going to use to select those other 3 people or 4 people or whatever they're going to select? So that is one of the things that is on my mind. And I'm like, where is the rule for the remaining people? You know?
Oh, wait,
But before we go any further, I just want to say good night to everyone joining us. Olympian Etlin Tate, good evening. She's saying good evening, HB, and everyone. Good evening. Go ahead, Alina.
good evening, ma'am.
Speak, Alina.
I did. I said good evening. You said
Okay, I thought you were making a point um before I said hello to the Olympians. And yeah, I love the athletes, and I'm an advocate for the athletes. So yes. Question. My first question is, as a country, are we serving our athletes the way we should?
well. I can't say we are. It doesn't. So if we are, it's not showing. And if we are, I've not heard one at least say that.
Ozzy, are we
um
serving our athletes the way we should? Good
all right,
evening, Monica.
first I have to break down we. I have to break down we.
And when I say we, I'm talking.
No, well, I'll break down we.
She love you.
Um, we, the, the federation, fans, I think, and I'm going to put journalists also in it. I just
Mhm.
simplify that we. Um, so the administration, coaches and handlers of the athletes, fans and supporters and journalists. I believe at some time all of those groupings have done the athletes wrong, had failed the athletes in different circumstances. Some of it not deliberate, but there are some instances where by different personnel in the groups, it seemed to me that it could only have been deliberate. But and I hope I'm wrong in that it wasn't deliberate, but just maybe lack of expertise, professionalism, whatever, you know. Um, Overall, I think we can all of those groups can do much better. I won't say answer yes that we have failed or no we have not failed. I'll just say it that way. We can do much better, much better.
Alina, what is your thought on this question? As a country, are we serving our athletes the way we should?
It depends on who is the we. Because for me, the body is not doing enough in terms of support, especially for the up and coming athletes. Because I've seen to where athletes are saying that they reached out and they did not get any help, they did not get any follow up, no checkups. Also, the fans, if you can call some of them that, can be mean spirited. They don't
Oh
know
Lord.
what to put out on the social media. Then you also have the people who are in journalism, as they said, who make some statements or put out videos and stuff, saying stuff, and I'm like, how are we helping? How are we growing? How are we being positive? It's okay to have an opinion, it's okay to be disgruntled. But the
Yes,
level at which I've seen the
yes,
fans and other people treat the athletes, it doesn't make sense. It's
exactly.
upsetting. It's rather upsetting when you see some of the takes, some of the, how the athletes are treated, and then you have expectations of them after you've belittled them, after you've torn in, and after you've not supported them. You expect a wonderful performance. Where is the support?
My answer to this question is downright no. Multiple choice, I mean, no. As a country, we are not serving our athletes, and we're talking about track and field now. We are not serving our track and field athletes, not even half, not even 50% of how we need to service them. We are not. The federation is not serving them the way that they should. You understand? They are not. And as I said before, this is not an attack on any one person. And this is why I said, as a country, we are not serving them the way we should. Too many of our athletes are hurting at the hands of other people. But before we go any further, Olympian Etlin Tate is saying, I believe the timing for the change with the top three for the 4x1 is not okay. I believe this should have been done from last year, but not with 1 month before trials. I think this is a no-no. That's what Etlin says. Another Olympian just came on, Dorothy Scott Jr. She's saying hello to everyone. So Etlin is saying she doesn't agree with the change in for the top three for the 4x1, and it's
Well,
okay. It's okay.
can I just say something on that?
Sure.
Uh, world as per World Athletics rules, the persons named for the 100 meters and 400 must be in the pool.
The top
It's
three,
a given.
the top three must be in the pool.
No. As a person, it don't have to be top three because you could only have two people qualified. So that's why I say it like that.
Well,
No,
you made a very good point, but based
right,
on what the J3 put out,
right.
they said the
Yeah,
top three
I know.
at the
Yeah.
trials must is guaranteed a spot in the relay
In the
pool.
pool. Right.
In the
But I'm
relay
just
pool, and
saying,
the remaining
right,
members will be selected based on the selection committee will select
Yeah.
those
Yeah. Well,
people.
I'm just saying the rules state that those named for the individual 100. So it could be two, it could be three. What I'm not sure also about is, and I need to do some research on it, is when you're listing your entries, um, there is a facility also for an alternate. No, I don't know if that person must also be in the pool. I'm not sure about that.
But
Uh,
but the thing
yeah,
is that your relay team that you decide on, they don't necessarily have to come from the 100 or the 400. Once they are on your team, then you can select them to run.
in the
So
pool.
no, not necessarily the pool. Once they make your team, once they're
Hmm.
on your team, all right, let's say our top three women finish one, two, three at the trials. Those
Right,
three in the relay pool.
right.
And you select, let's say, you select Lane Taver from the 200 to be in
Right.
the relay pool. You can do that as
Yes.
a selection. You can say Lani, who is a 200-meter runner, can be a part of your relay pool.
Mhm.
Suppose Nikisha Price is a very good relay runner.
Mhm.
You can select her for your 4x1 relay pool
Right.
also. And that is why I like the rule, because
For the pool.
the rule opens the box, um give us
But,
the leverage to think outside of the box and not just stick with 100 because you're a 100 person, or 400 because you're a 400 person. Look at Kemar Farkinson. Kemar
mhm.
Farkinson is a very good 4x4 runner, but he's a
Proving
800
himself
meter
now. Mhm.
athlete. So you can name Kemar Farkinson
Imar.
in your, you understand what I'm saying? So
Yeah, but we have
I
done that, you know. We have done it in the past, you know. I
very
mean,
rare, very
no,
rare.
agreed,
We've
agreed,
Not
very
all
rarely.
the
Agreed. But
best
it has been done. I
Yeah,
effect.
it
mean,
has been done, but we have not been doing it in recent time, because what we do, we tend to stick with the top four that finish at the trials, whether they are good. Because remember,
We must
real
yes, and not who finishes top four, but who is
right. Look at the skill set. Skill set is what you look at to run a relay. So suppose, all right, look at the dream team with the men that we had. Who constantly made the podium? Usain Bolt constantly made the podium. When Johan Blake was on form, Johan Blake would be on the podium with him. And when you look at the relay team, Nikhil Ashmead, who would normally finish behind the top four or the top five, could give you a brilliant curve in a 4x1. So
mhm.
sometimes, not because you have your top four people, it doesn't necessarily mean you have to work with them, because you can have people who finish behind them that has very good relay skill set that you can incorporate. Look at Alisa Felix. Alisa Felix is a 200, 400 runner, but she was a staple on the US 4x1 team for her entire career. And she did
Right.
not even have to run it at the trials. So I kind of I like
But
the rule.
I
I
think
like it.
part of our problem, you see, is some of the names that some of the fans want to be on, say, the 4x4. They don't even run the 400. They don't even run. So we don't know.
Look here, it's not
There's
what
no evidence
what
of what they
fans,
can do.
it's not what
There's
the
no
fans
evidence.
want to see. Is what
No, no, no.
you
I'm just
as
saying.
the director.
No, I understand what you're saying, but I'm just saying that some of what the person, they don't even run a 400, so you don't even have anything to gauge
mhm.
the performance by to say that yeah, this person deserve even consideration, and I think that's part of the problem. Some of the hurdlers probably could have been maybe get a
No man,
spot, but they don't even run 100, so we know
and this
they
is
don't show
why
us anything in
we
100, so there's nothing to
and
gauge
this
them by.
And this is why when we have early season and we see our athletes running different events, what we need to do, we need to study them. We need to sit down and look at them and look at whatever skill set. Because look at Karika Hill. Karika Hill can give you a very, very good 400, a 4x4 leg. You've never seen. Ask Alina. You've never seen Karika Hill on a 4x4?
Rika must run 4x1s.
Very good.
Yes,
It's
but what I'm
relative.
saying, she
I
can
mean,
In
give
terms
I'm
of
not
you.
just
debating her, but no,
for
not
that
at
old
this level.
No
time,
man, Karika Hill can give you a good 4x4 leg.
I
Right.
can't remember.
Right.
I can remember. Listen,
Yeah, man. On
Yeah.
the
This
on the on the Heidel Pens relay team, they had Brianna and Karika Hill on that 4x4 team.
I would have to look back at it. I don't
you
remember
know,
clear.
Yeah,
I
man,
don't
she
remember.
Karika can
The
give
only
you
400
Brianna
I can
Lister.
recall seeing her run is this year. She
Yeah.
ran a 400 early season.
Yeah, man, she
But
can give you a good
but
4x4
I
leg.
understand what you're saying.
So it's just about studying, look, because you have to look at the relays different from how you look at the individual events. And
No,
I don't know
but
if
the
we're doing that.
individual event is what get your attention in the first place, and then you look.
Yes. Yeah, but you have some people who they've never made the podium in an individual event, but when you put that baton in their hand, they guarantee you a medal.
Right. But at least run a 400 or they run 100. So
Yeah,
that's something to
I
work
agree.
with.
I
Right.
agree. I agree.
Right. And
I
some of the
agree.
400, some of our 400 hurdlers probably could have made a 4x4, but they don't even run the 400. So you don't have nothing to
But they
worry
don't
about.
have to run the they don't have to run the 400. Just let them run some relay.
No,
What one of the problem that
no,
we
I
have,
understand. Yeah.
one of the problem that we have is that our athletes don't run relay until it's time to go to a championship. We will
Um,
have some of them will run at the Gibson relay, but you
some,
hardly
some,
see the seeded
very, right,
athletes. And
right.
this year
Yeah.
I was calling for the promoters to um set up a race, the four
Or some,
by
I pick up two
one
club teams or something like that.
with
Mm.
Team Elaine, and the Team Sharika. I was calling for that. That would have been
Yeah.
um
Well,
a big thing, but of course
well,
our
none of
people don't
those.
really get together for
Well,
relay
none of
like that.
those ladies mentioned even but grace the track by and still have not yet graced the track. So
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying.
yeah,
So, and then if you look at from early season, the Americans have been running 4x4 from the relays
four by ones.
from early in the season. Every relay they were there, so but I everybody will not like the rule. And as Ethelyn Tate is saying, she's saying that she think the timing is wrong. That's what she's saying. She think the timing is
The
off,
rule has not
and it's
really
okay.
changed.
Disciplinary committee though.
Huh?
The, she's referring to the disciplinary committee. As it
No, not the.
Yeah, man, that's what she said. She says
Oh,
J3 and the disciplinary committee timing is so wrong. And that
no, not. Hold on. Let me see. The first comment I'm talking where she said, "I believe
I
the
have a copy.
timing of the change with the top three for
oh,
the
you
four
were
by one."
that part.
Yeah.
Because
Mm-hmm,
Ben said
mm-hmm.
that already. I was actually looking at Marlene's comments. Sorry.
Okay, okay.
Does anybody have a copy of the selection policy as it was? I have a copy and I'm trying to find it, because in my view, it's not. I don't think there has been a change. I think it's just clarification.
No,
But
it
I'm trying to
changed
find the copy and I can't find it. But I have
before it was the top four, and it is still on the website. They have not corrected the website
top
yet.
four is still on the website. Yeah, I see that.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
saw that up to last night. But the new document that they
The
released
three.
says the top three is guaranteed, and the remaining members
Right.
will be
Left to the
So
selected.
So
selection
in
committee.
fact, that is even better. That would be in keeping in what you would want, HP. In that the three, as
But
more than likely, Jamaica will have three persons qualifying for hundreds,
but what
400. 400 kind of questionable, but hundreds at least. So those three would be in the relay pool automatically. And it and we need I don't know if people are aware, for the Olympics, the relay pool is five. Five.
No man, it's six.
Five. Five.
But
Five.
five?
Yes. Five.
When did that change to five?
I
Before it
don't
was
know if it was
six.
cheap, but it's five.
Before it was six, because normally you could change two people.
Yeah. But it's five.
Okay. Alina, you have a thought?
no, I was just saying to him, while the top three is in keeping with what you would want, but you are also worried because there's no clear what's the word I'm trying to.
Understood. About how you pick the others.
Yeah, so that's
Yeah,
that's
I know, and I agree. It is not clearly.
and because history has not been good to us, and they have, and with history we have seen where they have not made decision based on what is best for the team, but what is best for whichever club or whatever. That is where the concern comes in.
Yeah.
Because for me, it's always, for the most part, sometimes it's about pushing their, whoever is selecting is pushing their club or their
Mm-hmm.
to the forefront and so on. And that should not be what is
So
done.
the decision is not made for country.
It is made for self.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. Exactly. Before we go any further, let me read. Alina, you want to read some of these comments?
Starting from, hold on, let me go down. Where was I? Dorothy Scott said, I can't pronounce the last name, I'm sorry. She said, I
Yeah.
don't think the interests are ever at the forefront. This has been going on for years and I don't see any changes in the near future.
She is right because she is a victim herself. She has gone through it, so she knows. Next.
And then Marlene Green said, J3 and the disciplinary committee timing is so wrong.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You're touching on
Regards
that
to,
now, Ari.
That is regards to the hearing for
Yeah, I
Taekwondo
know.
Tracy.
I'm just asking if you're
Yeah.
touching on that.
That
If
we are
you're,
going
if,
to touch in a little
oh,
while. We're going to go there, yeah.
okay.
Continue, Alina.
and then Miss Dorothy again says, Marlene, I can't say how I feel about their so-called disciplinary committee.
This is an Olympian talking. This is an Olympian. Dorothy Scott Genius is an Olympian. She knows. She has been there.
Listen,
Read. More comments are there. Read.
one of them is mine, so I'll ignore that because we're going to discuss it.
Okay, we're going to discuss it. Read what Monica Lewis said.
Monica Lewis. Where's that one?
Monica Lewis comment.
you know, it's in
Is
the
it
chat
fit
now.
for airplay? I see you're not seeing the comments.
I'm not
No,
seeing
not with the login I use to connect.
Okay,
I should
okay,
I
okay.
use a different one. I would have
I'm
seen.
anything from Monica Lewis.
Yeah, man, Monica Lewis have
Let
a
me see.
comment there. Lord have
Hold on, let
mercy.
me see this one.
Monica said when
Oh
someone
yeah,
speak
okay, all right.
out, they are
I see
going
them
to
now. I
be
see.
handled with heavy hands. And we're going to touch that too because I've heard a lot of those stories. My next question
No, in
is
fact, the rules.
And
No.
I'm not blacklist me from getting selected, you know.
yeah, I don't know.
Well,
Maybe after tonight, I'll be blacklisted too. But
well,
we are
Monica
concerned
Green,
fans, and we have a
Marlene
right
Green.
to speak, and we're speaking in a respectful way. So if they can't appreciate us speaking in a respectful way, because we're here because we want to see the sport better, and we want to see our athletes being treated better. Ozzy, you're going to say something before my next question?
Oh no, I was just reading something aloud.
Okay,
Sorry, I'm sorry. I'm feeling. Yeah.
my next question is, are we treating our athletes like grown professionals? And I know Alina always say I use we and include myself even when I'm not a part of it. But are we treating our athletes as grown professionals with a voice?
Mm-mm. No,
Unafraid to answer no.
no, because once you have any grievance, it don't matter what the grievance is, because majority of the time the grievance is legit. They don't. The athletes, once they speak up, they're blacklisted.
Yes.
It's like everything they do now becomes a problem, and then when you look, they can no longer be selected, and they will give you some, I can't say the word, some reason
Mm-hmm.
as to why the athlete was. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
But apparently, you're supposed to take whatever you know,
Yep. Our athletes are not being treated like adults. They're not. They are not. They cannot, they're not allowed to speak how they feel. They're not allowed to call a meeting. They're not allowed to ask a question. How dare you ask me a question? These are professional people. These are people with their family. These are people married with children, have their family. How can they not have a say in what they are doing and what is affecting them? As you're burning, say it.
Yeah, I want to say something.
Yes,
Um,
say it, please.
I think, maybe I need a little time to say it. I think that the athletes as a group need to insist. I've looked at the J3 website up to today, just in case there were any changes. I've seen a number of committees that were um, named. The website that has been on it since last year sometime with no further data, just the name of the committees and a one-line sentence saying what the committee is about. What is glaringly missing is a committee like an athletes
They
advisory,
need,
for
they
want of a better
need,
word.
I have it on the list here for us to talk
Right.
about. The athletes need a federation, kind of something like what cricket have. Cricket have an organization called WEPA.
Right.
I think the acronym means West Indies Players Association.
Association.
Two, I know I have this down on my list, but because you bring it up, we can talk about it. Too many
Uh,
times our athletes have to fight their battles by themselves.
right.
They
Right.
need to unite and they need to
And
form a body and they need to have a committee that will represent them when there is, because
that's
I've seen too many of our athletes fight their
that's that's
battle by
that's where I'm going.
themselves.
And again,
Ozzy,
I
you were
looked
very premature on my point because I had it on
at,
the list, but that's
and
okay.
again I looked at some of the top track and field countries: UK athletics, USA track and field, um, Australia, because we just choose countries where talk English, so we can.
Mm-hmm.
And all of those entities had a facility for athletes advisory committees. In fact, on the Australian website, I looked. They, they, they went as far, even the meetings that the athletics, the athletes committees, the minutes from their meetings was on the website, readily available to be viewed by everybody. And I think the J3, we are at the stage now where the athletes need to have a voice, um, a united voice. That may be difficult to achieve, because we are
Yeah.
saying, but that may present some problems because although we think it's maybe in their best interest, some may want, if they think it is to their advantage, go it alone or go them separate
No,
ways.
they need
But I agree with you.
representation.
And the JHA should, in fact, they should be the ones who pushing for that because
Yeah,
it
they
make life
should
easier
come
for them.
together and said, look, we are going to form an association
Right.
or a body or whatever. So when there is a situation with an athlete and
Dispute
somebody,
resolution.
yes,
That's
you
another thing.
have
Should be one of the
somebody
things that
who
they
go
right.
to that hearing or whatever with you and represent you. They need that. They need that because they do not have a voice. Their voice is swept under the rug.
Right. They need to, a formal lines of communication between the
Yeah,
athletes and the federation need to be established.
yeah,
And
they need that.
it's something I think that they should start there, and you can
Yeah,
fine
man.
tune it to suit the Jamaican situation.
Yeah, they
But but
definitely need that because they
personally,
are
the
the
athletes,
ones.
I think the athletes have the power to insist on it.
Hmm.
God, yeah,
And
I
that
said,
is
look,
why I
we
say
need
they
this.
need to unite.
Right,
Need to
agree.
unite
I
and
agree. I
form
agree
that
100%.
body.
But
They
as I say,
need to unite
sometimes
and form that body and have a few attorneys aligned to to that organization. So when there is a situation, then they can have a discussion with the attorney, and the attorney will say, well, this is what we need to do, or if you were wrong, this is what we suggest that you do. They need that kind of thing. We can't just leave them out there in the deep blue sea with the sharks running around them.
But I would have thought, why wouldn't they well, let me be careful. I don't know. Who knows? They maybe have tried to get such a body going and it never, so I
But I
need to
don't
be
think they
careful.
should have a problem to
No,
form.
I know. I'm just
I don't think
saying,
so.
well, the question I'm asking myself is, why has not such a body exist? Why is not, why isn't there such a body already?
Because the thing is that track and field is kind of look
Individual.
like an individual
Yes.
sport, but it is not really an individual sport if you really look at it, because most of the times when our athletes compete, they compete as a team, even though they compete in individual events. But when
But
they
they
put
compete
on,
against each other.
yeah, they compete
So
against
that,
each
that
other,
is the problem. So
but
I'm
at
just,
the end of the day, you heard what last week in the interview, Tanya
no,
Lawrence
I missed
said.
that. I haven't seen it yet. Sorry.
You need
Mm.
to watch that interview.
Yeah,
Last
I,
week in the
I'm kind
interview, Tanya Lawrence said Merlene Otti was her idol or is her idol. She had Merlene all over her locker and everything. And she said when she turned up at that trials, at the Sydney trials 2000, she defeated Merlene and it was a bittersweet for her. And then she reminded herself that she's here to do a job just like Merlene. So
mm-hmm.
even though you're competing against each other, you're still a team at the end of the day. And anything that
Supposed
is
to be a thing at the
affecting,
day.
yeah, it is affecting all of them. So I think they need to do that. My next question is, why are we not recognizing that our athletes are the most important asset of the federation? I know I
All
keep
right.
saying we because I
Yeah,
recognize that, but
yeah,
I'm a
that's
Jamaican, so I'm
that go
saying we.
across all sports. Sometimes
Administration
um,
most
the
important.
administrators think that it is everything's
About
about them.
But how
I
can it be
remember.
about them
No,
and
I
they're
know.
not
No,
the one going out there to
I know
compete?
sometimes they think so. I
They need
remember.
to
If I
go
could
ahead,
just
Ozzy.
make up. I remember some years ago. I mean, and there are some parallels with the Jamaica Football Federation, where we keep on hearing names of certain individuals in the federation be mentioned, and a colleague of mine who was involved in football, coach and all that, we were discussing, it was a chat, and he said, do you know who is the president of the English Football Association? Nobody knew. And we're big football fans. Nobody knew. Who is the head of soldiers and football? Nobody knew. Because you don't hear about them. We hear about the players. It's always the players, the players,
It
the players, the
is,
players. Right.
but
And that's the
it is
difference.
about
With
it
JFF, you
is
hear about these, with J3, you hear about
it is
administrators.
about the look here. If you take the athletes, if you take our athletes out of the equation right now, there's
There's
no
no
need
sport.
for a federation.
Yeah, exactly.
We are here to serve the athletes. We are here to serve them. It's not the other way around.
You can get by, I think, to maybe without the federation. And the federation
They
will.
are the reason. They are the reason. Listen, before Jamaica became a member of the IOC, the International Olympic Committee, 1939, September 1939,
Mm,
right? And Jamaica became a part of that entity because Jamaica had athletes that wanted to compete at the Olympic Games. And you cannot compete at the Olympic Games if your country is not
not a
a
member of the
member
IOC.
of the IOC.
Yeah,
So, what I'm trying to say, if it wasn't for the athletes, it would not make any sense to be a part of that body.
right. It's the same thing for all sports.
So yeah, but
It's athletes. Yeah.
some countries recognize
Mm.
that it is about the athletes. It
Yeah. Some
is about the
people have
athletes.
different approach.
It is about the athletes, and we need to start recognizing that we are here to serve these athletes. If the athletes have a concern, they should be able to pick up the phone and call their governing body and said, sir or miss, I would like to have a meeting with the gen secretary or whomever handle that kind of thing because I have a concern. And you should make an appointment for that athlete to come in and talk.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
All
One of the
right,
things that I
read
think
Ozzy, read what Ethelyn Tate, Olympian Ethelyn Tate, have a comment there. Can you read it?
that's the 756 comment.
Yeah, it's 7:56 for you because of where you are. 8:56 for me.
Oh,
Yes, that
all
one.
right. We the athletes have voice, but we are not together, which is what I was kind of touching on.
Exactly what we're
Some
saying.
don't show up when a function is planned so that we can voice our opinion to those who are making decisions on our behalf, which is what I was kind of alluding to when
See
I say,
there?
although we think that a committee and a united body is in their best interest, some may have their own agenda and thing, and you know,
And that is why
but
I said they need to unite.
agreed,
Then yeah, you need to
100%.
unite. So even if you're a high roller, you need to say, yeah, I need to be a part
Of
of
course,
this
of
to help
course, and
somebody else, or you might just need it at the end of the day.
definitely
You know?
so.
All right, my
And I
next
think
question.
the J3 should push to get such a body going, a committee going, because
Mhm.
it will help them in the long run.
You know something? Who I'm sure you guys might be aware, but did you know that many of our athletes are suffering in silence because they know what will happen if they talk out? Athletes have told me that they have spoken out, they talk out, and they are left off team. Even when they make the team, they are not selected. Why should our athletes not be able to express themselves
And
and nothing happen? We have so many officials, we have so many error from our officials, and we've never heard that an official has been reprimanded. Look at the world record that we lost. One dege
yeah,
world record we got on home soil, and we lost, even though it's another organization, but we're talking about organization. We lost that world record on home soil. A part of our legacy has been erased.
And no, and
And
to date, we have not heard of anybody
and
being
to date, we have not
well,
heard that anybody call in for a meeting or a hearing. The one
well,
world record that we get in our
we
life,
heard
it has been
it.
erased from our
A comment was
legacy.
made that heads would roll, but I don't know if anything came out of it.
not even.
But yet, look at boys and girls champs that just concluded in the middle of the championship that is being televised all around the world. The track was being repaired and delay races for 7 hours. How come the head not roll for them something there? How come the meeting? How come the body not being reprimanded? But as soon as the athlete make a mistake, we're ready to throw them under the bus. No, it not gonna work.
What's the
No,
solution for
man.
that?
No, man. We have to talk about it. We have to support. And I'm a big supporter of the athletes, and I'm sure you guys are. But this that is happening with our athletes, and I'm hearing
What's
too many of these stories. No.
what before you leave that? How we like let's start going back to the officials not being brought to bear for their how
You
can that be
remember?
fixed?
All right. In my opinion, how that can be rectified is, you remember when I talk about fair play, what I said, integrity,
Mm.
morals, and all of those things. Fair play need to be right across the board. Whether you're an athlete, whether you're an official, whether you're a top athlete, whether you're a low athlete, everybody should get the same treatment. And that is what
Equity,
leadership is supposed to be
right?
about. You understand? That's what leadership should be about. Lead. If it's your friend working for you and he mess up, you call out your friend and say, look,
Exactly,
you either go
exactly.
fix this or you need to take the highway.
I agree with you 100%.
And that is what leadership is about. All right, we're going to get to this situation now with Taekwondo Tracy and the hearing and the timing. But before I get there, I'm going to tell you guys a little story. Athletes have told me, more than one athlete have told me that when they ask questions by, and this is not everybody now, by some officials or representatives of the governing body, they, the governing body who's supposed to be serving them, they are treated as if, how dare you ask me a question? No, was the timing right for the hearing? This hearing by the J3 and the disciplinary committee. You're muted, Alina. Unmute. Yes, give me your point.
The timing is malicious, and nobody can convince me otherwise. You have what, 7, 8, 9 months there,
Almost 10 months.
and you wait until right before the championship to say, hey, we're going to have a disciplinary whatever it is you're having.
I hear it should have taken place already, right?
Right, you're going to have a disciplinary hearing right before the championship. It tells me that you're trying your best to keep this athlete out of the national trials, and they cannot convince me otherwise. It is too close to the championship, and the decision to whether or not, whatever decision they make, I guarantee you probably will not come back until after the trials. And they will probably tell him that you cannot compete until this matter has been settled. So for me, it is giving petty, it is giving vindictive, it is giving I am the boss and I will show you who run things. That's what it's giving. It is not in the athlete's best interest. It is not in the country's best interest. It is in what's best for them and how they are feeling. It's about their ego and showing you who is boss, and it doesn't make sense because that's not what you're here for.
Ozzy, your thoughts before I get to mine.
Well, by any measuring stick, it doesn't look right at all, at all, at all, at all. I mean, the timing is just, it's. I mean,
I'm sorry.
in fact, what the games last year finished when in August sometime
In
August 27th.
last year,
Mm-hmm.
right? Yeah. So even all right, let us assume that Taekwondo was on the circuit and all that. So end of September, track and field meeting should have been called, committee, and they dealt with it. You know, it
Listen,
leave a bad taste. It leaves a bad
me
taste.
burning to say my piece on this. This is downright malicious. And let me tell you,
Yeah.
only God can come convince me otherwise. Said this was not a calculating decision. 2 weeks. When I check the calendar, I make sure go through the calendar and look. Less than, because remember, the hearing is Saturday, or the meeting, whatever they want to call it, is Saturday the
Saturday,
15th.
oh,
Saturday
coming.
coming,
Okay,
Saturday
okay,
this
okay,
week, the
coming.
15th.
Mhm.
The trials is the 20, starts on the 27th, which is a Thursday. So from Saturday to that Thursday is less than 2 weeks. And you're going to tell me you had almost 10 months. I did the math. The championship last year was from August 19th to the 27th. And if you check it, June, the date of the trials will be 10 months, almost 10 months. And you're telling me that with everything you had a whole of 10 months and less than 2 weeks before this young man touched the track, you're going to tell me that you're going to be calling a disciplinary hearing that can result in a suspension? What you going to do? Suspend him
Yeah,
for
we
a
don't
week?
know it. We don't know. Let's just
No,
assume
that's
that we
what
don't know.
no, that's what the letter said. It is possible that
About
it will
suspension.
lead to a suspension or a fine and another
Mhm.
one. Go back and read it. I read it. It says suspension. It never said which one it is going to be, but it said
Okay.
possibly suspension or a fine or something else. You understand? And this is why I said we are not leading the organization leaders. They are not leading based on protocols. They are leading based on feelings. And we need to stop. We are
But
here
again, no,
tonight.
if we had, kind of going back a little bit, I'm sorry to interrupt, but if we had that athletes commission, things like that would be
Right.
properly set up in the
Right.
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 How you deal with disputes and all this other thing, the process, that's right.
Because when this happened, the first thing I was saying to my peers, I was like, when are they going to call a press conference? How them not call now? I have been begging and waiting to see a press conference for the J3A, the coach that was involved, and the young man and the athlete that was involved to come in a press conference or a meeting and explain to the Jamaican public what happened, because at this stage it's not even about right or wrong, because both parties, based on what I was told, both parties would have maybe violate the rules or whatever, because the young man said he called a meeting, and while he was in the meeting with the coach get up and walk away. So it it is telling me that there's no respect for the athletes. So who wrong is neither here nor there, but a press conference
The
or
process,
something should have been
process,
called.
right?
The process should have been handled a long time ago. You understand? So
But I would say something, but you see, because I don't like hearsay, because I was at the meet Saturday, and I was speaking to a couple coaches, and they were livid, and they were saying that based on what they understood, there was a mediator after all the debacle. I'm not sure if it's true, and the situation was supposedly squashed or sorted out. Yet still, 10 months later, we're hearing that now you want to have a disciplinary hearing.
yeah. Hmm.
Oh,
We need justice for the athletes. Them. We need a voice for them. The athletes need to talk
organize themselves.
before. I mean, this young man is fighting this battle all by himself. That's not how it is supposed to go. He's fighting this battle all by himself. No, we don't even know. I mean, I try to talk to him, I check up on him and all of that, but I mean, his mind right now, I'm not even sure where his headspace is in terms of preparing for the trials, if he should train, what. I mean, all of that is unnecessary. So for me personally, the timing was outright. It wrong. And everybody under the sun and them baby when a born yet said the timing is wrong.
It's not wrong, it's malicious.
Malicious. There you go. I cannot even express some of the words that the terminologies that people have used to express it. But before we go any further, let's read some more comment because we have to keep the audience. The audience is busy, you know. All right, let's see. Dorothy Scott, who is an Olympian, and I'm going to tell you now a little story about Dorothy. She has had her fair share of. Okay, so here's someone joining us. All right, let us add this person. All right, let us add this person, guys. Hold on there. All right. We have this person. Nicardo. Nicardo, we need to see your face. Nicardo, if you're joining us, do you want to join us, Nicardo? All right, let's wait until Nicardo tell us if he wants to join us. Nicardo, corruptor. Well, let me not mispronounce. Okay, yes. So going back to what we're saying, it is just, let me read some more comment. Dorothy Scott Genius Olympian is saying they are vindictive and evilous. Yes, I said it. Yes, I said, and let them come after me. Miss Dorothy, behave yourself. You're a troublemaker. I'm just kidding. Nick Carter Love is saying Jamaica track and field will never be better. Lance Ford is saying, hello everyone, I'm late, forgive me. Lance Ford was supposed to join us, but I think he's having some technical problems. Dorothy is also saying he's already suspended. They just want to make it look like it is getting a hearing. They have made their decision. Interesting. Ethelyn Tate, who is another Olympian, is saying, I haven't heard any athlete or Olympian voicing their opinion on this sad situation. That is why
They
it
take them take
it
with the phone.
take yeah, that is why them take with a fool. Yeah, that's true. I haven't seen yes. Well, I've seen Olympians are voicing their opinion, but off the air because I've talked to quite a few of them and they are livid.
But
They
that's
are
the
livid.
problem, though. I understand, but if it was a unified voice, they could not say, "Boy, John Tom can't go," but because it would be one person defending him, they would say, "Well,
Mm-hmm.
yeah." So if it was a unified voice, no matter what and how upset they were, they would
Yeah.
have and do what is right. But
Yeah.
because there's only one person or people are scared, but if everybody, as somebody said, if when they call a meeting and said, let us stand united, everybody would turn up. Everybody would decide to stand for something. Then the playing field would have been different.
But
But everybody here, their own interest, thinking probably this
everyone for
will never.
himself.
Yeah, we need to unite. We need to unite and do better because anybody can fall in this situation. And I was telling a friend of mine in Jamaica that if I was in Jamaica for this hearing on Saturday, I would have got up something the road, go sit down outside to support him. Just to go sit out there and support him until the meeting or the hearing finish. That is how passionate I feel about this. And because I don't like injustice, and it doesn't matter who you are, I don't like it. And if we did in a Jamaica, Saturday morning, me don't put on my clothes and go up there, go sit down on the sidewalk, on the other side, until him hearing finish, just to give him some support because this is just wrong. But before I go to my next question, I want to tell you guys a little story. In an interview, I'm not going to tell you guys which Olympian because I want to know to go watch all the interviews to find it. In an interview, one of our Olympian, she told me that there was some mix up with her flight when she was coming back from the Olympic Games. And she went to one of the officials that travel with the team to ask him about her flight because there was a mix up with the time. Listen now, just her flight she got asked about, she did not make the final when she went to the Olympic Games. The official who is supposed to be taking care of our athletes turned to her and said, "You not even did make the final. So who are you to be asking me any question?" That same athlete who went and compete for Jamaica and set the stage for us and build on our legacy, she was also slapped in the face by one of the officials, physically slapped her in her face. I'm not making this up. If you
I
go and watch the interview, it is there. The official slapped the athlete, boxer, as we would say in Jamaica,
Edward Lord,
slapped
God, I'm glad.
slapped her in her face, and guess
What?
what? Nothing came out of it. Absolutely nothing.
I can't say what I want to say here, so I will mute.
Nothing came out of it. It is in the interview. It is in the interview on the channel. She told me. I'm not going to call her name,
Somebody
but
else.
she
I'm
but she told me, and nothing came out
But
of it.
I don't
but
return
one of the
joke.
things that bother
N-
me, so when we look back at the composition of the administrations going back as far back, at most times there are former athletes as part of the executive. So you would have thought that being having been an athlete, and understanding the needs and all of that sort of the athlete, they would try to, you know, look up, do things in the athlete's interest. I don't know if well, I've seen it in work and corporate world where people change position and all of a sudden personalities change and all that sort of thing. So I don't know that's the reason, and people get to a certain position, they lose their morals and all that sort of thing. It because some former athletes in the executive and in the thing. So,
Listen, if you
I don't
ever
know.
hear some of our athletes them story, uno cry. But my next question is, should Taekwondo Tracy be the only person that face disciplinary actions? Hello?
Why should he?
That's what
Why?
I'm saying. Should
Why?
he be the only one to face the punishment or whatever, the meeting or the whatever?
People always look on the effect, but them never look at the cause.
Yeah.
Because there's a cause and there's an effect.
Mm-hmm.
What caused? What led to him having to speak out? What decision did this coach make? Was it within the guidelines and the stipulations of the J3 rules? Was it? I'm trying to find the word. Right now, the word not come to me. Basically, what I'm trying to say is,
Mm-hmm.
was it ethical? Was the choice he was making an ethical one? That's not the word I'm trying to use, but that's the one coming to mind. Right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Is it in keeping with the integrity of the sport when the decision was made? And the only reason why that decision was withdrawn was because Mr. Tracy came online and decided, no, I'm going to stand for something because this is not fair. Again, if there were clear rules as to how they make their selections and why the selections have to be this way, then Mr. Tracy coming out to say something would have been in direct violation. But because the rules are not clear and people can just do whatever they want, it then brings the decision making into question.
The only people cannot do whatever they want are the athletes. The athletes cannot do whatever they want. The minute they say something about a decision, they are classified as a troublemaker. This athlete that I was just telling you about that was slapped in her face by our official, she was labeled as a troublemaker. And all she did was ask about our flight. Why the flight?
No, so be any we don't attack and allow against the people them I mean I get selected for your national team yet.
Girl, let me tell you, as you rightfully say a while ago, we
But
have to stand for
I
something. And we are not the only one who feel this way about this. Everybody, if you listen, if you don't even need to do a survey right now to know people feel about this, because a professor once told me, when something is obvious, you don't study it. You don't need to study it because the answer is right there. And we have to talk about it because the athletes should be at the forefront of the federation.
that's why I said to people I will stand 10 toes down for my athletes.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I will stand 10 toes down. I don't care if
Yep.
you like, I don't care if you allowed me to come back in this venue, but as long as you're wronging the athletes, I
Yeah.
am stand 10 toes down.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The
This is
repercussions
injustice.
are the banning or whatever be damned. As long as the injustice is there, I am going to do something about it.
Yeah,
Especially,
man.
I remember I was at a meet, Calabar, and there were some officials. They were wearing the J3 shirt, and they were speaking to. I didn't hear. It was another coach I hear saying to them. It was a Calabar coach, but it wasn't a Calabar athlete. He was shouting at some class 3 or class 4 athletes, and the coach turned to him and said to him, "They are children. Speak to them with respect." How you could have explained to them that what they're doing is incorrect without belittling them. They're going out there to run. You cannot break them and them going out there to run. And him take on the official, is a J3 official, take on the coach. And I went down there and I said to him, if that was my child, you'd be 6'6". I said to them, you don't know how to speak to people, and that is your issue. And nobody can say anything to you because you guys' ego is bigger than Jamaica itself. And when I made a comment to somebody, they're telling me that, it's not some of the people them is not J3 officials and this, that. And I said, but the president was right there with them. He was there, not down on the field, but he was there monitoring his officials. So how are you going to tell me they're not J3 officials when the president himself was there?
Yeah.
And the display from that gentleman, and there's another one, a Rasta one. There was another one. I don't really care because they can't beat me. There's a Rasta one. They don't know how to.
We have to address these things. We have to talk about them.
And
Respect, respect, respect.
and at another meet where an athlete fell out the blocks. And no, it wasn't fell out. They started the race and the athletes were taking time to come back around. And this official, she was going, so I went around there and I said, try it. I said, say it again. I said, say it again. Because I can take the shirt off. And if you want us to behave like wild animals, we can.
Yeah.
You're not going to keep the children. The athletes, we are here to serve the athletes. It
Yeah.
worked too hard for us to be treating them like this.
Yes.
It is not easy. I as a coach, sometimes I come home, I'm so tired, I'm a beat out in the sun, and I was not the one doing the workout.
Yeah.
Beat out,
No recourse for the athletes.
Imagine
None.
those who are doing the workout.
anyhow, we want to treat them anyhow, and we only acknowledge them when they win gold medal. Because Sharika has been consistent, and the only time Sharika became such a big star was when she the 1, 2, 3, and then she went to Oregon and won the gold. That was when Sharika blew up. The athletes are not seen; they're not respected,
True.
and then we want to come and make demands. The people that are in charge are sitting there and doing things that they feel like, and if them don't like it, listen, we need to come off on it.
Yeah. Not today. Where Alina? Wait. Speak, Alina.
I
Speak.
am upset. And again, you see, when it comes to Mr. Tracy, I started working with Camperdown this season, and I train at Ewing now with Tracy, and I see how hard this young man works. And then for you now, for all that hard work, just because
Yeah.
because somebody's ego, because I decide to speak out for what I believe is my right. Maybe the way he went about it is not in line with their, again, quotation mark, their rules. But again, they have not made it easy for there's no medium for the athletes to express themselves.
Amen.
So now he has to take it to the
Channel
public.
of communication.
Yet there's nothing. There's absolutely nothing. It's disheartening.
It is. I've been broken all week, I tell you. From I heard last week, Saturday, it's sad, man. It's sad. Our own athletes who have built this wonderful legacy of track and field. We just treat them anyhow and no recourse. You ever hear some of these people talk to other people? Who was at the stadium last week, Saturday night? Alina, were you at the stadium last week, Saturday night? Let me tell you something. We have to do better. We have to do better by our athletes because they are the ones who are going out there to make the country proud. It's not the officials going out there, it's not the fans, is the athletes. When them wake a morning time and gone training, we in our bed and relax. Some days they don't feel like going out there, but them get up and them go and they do their best work to go to championship to make us proud and run their heart out. And all we can do is ridicule them and disrespect them and treat them like they're not important. No, man, it not gonna work. No, we can't do that. We cannot do that.
It yeah, which is why my initial thing, we administration,
Sorry.
fans and supporters, media, all have a responsibility.
We all have
All
a
have a
responsibility. And that is why I
responsibility.
keep saying we
Right.
all
Right.
have
Yeah,
a
agreed. I mean,
responsibility.
understood. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the athletes themselves too, they must realize they also have a responsibility. When they put on that green and gold, they are ambassadors for the country, and they need
But
to no, I'm just generalizing. They need to conduct themselves in, not saying any pointing the finger at any, but just a general comment.
But
there's
believe it or not,
standards that we must uphold, when we have on the
believe it
colors.
or not, when our athletes go out there to represent us, they look good, Them look good. I cannot remember any Jamaican athlete go out there go compete and them not doing it with style and with flair and doing it like them proud. So why are we doing this to them as a people? Why?
Mm.
Why is it that we're treating some of our athletes as if they are more important than others? That is something else we need to stop to. Treating some as if some are more important. They are all equally important. They all have feelings. An athlete will make himself available and go and compete, and we ridicule him just because him not get the result that we wanted, not realizing that he made himself available.
Yep. There-
No
just,
man, we need to treat with
just to
athletes.
mention, something that when a young bud, so I don't know them thing. 1972 Olympics. We're going there, yes, Alina. We're going all the way back.
I love it. I love the history. I love the history.
1972 Olympics, arising out of that Olympics. Donald Quarry was one of our top possible medal um,
He was a top man.
potential medalists at that time, 1972, and he broke down during the Olympics. And there's a cartoon in the, I think at 72 it was just one newspaper. In the newspaper, the, the team coming through customs, and the customs officer in a bag, and where the medal them there in the newspaper. Yeah, 1972.
I dig up Mr. Quarry bag and ask for
You
medal.
don't go back where the
In the
medal them
send
there.
out Mr. Quarry.
Just to show you how we have the insensitivity. It goes way back. It and it's even getting worse now. It's worse.
No,
It's
it
worse.
worse. It is
It's
worse. It
significantly
is.
worse. From people who you expect better, much
Yeah.
better.
Expect.
Yeah.
You know,
Yep. Yep.
I mean,
But sometimes I
I
see
take that
some.
position. There's some YouTube channels. They
Look
catch me one time. Me watch it one time. Me blacklist them. Me no watch them. Period.
I said
So
to Heather that the underbelly of track and field is nasty.
Yeah.
Because as I said, I sometimes I don't engage, but sometimes I sit and I listen, and I'm like,
yeah,
are these things happening? Is this for real? The things I hear, the things I know, and I'm sitting there like, could never be me, because again, them not gonna like me, because sometimes the only reason why I tell people that you don't hear my voice half the time is because I work with children. And
right.
when you work with children, you have to display a certain level of etiquette, and
Agreed.
because I say to them, I want you to stand up for yourself, but you be respectful. So
At
then
all
I
times.
can come here and be a buto. So
Right.
Yeah.
You
and
can tell them do as I say and not as I do.
yes,
Right.
because of that I've had to rein myself in. And that's the only reason why I don't say what some other times I can't say what I want to say in the manner that I want to say it, because I have to lead by example. And Heather can tell you, my children, they don't give me space, and they don't allow me the freedom to do anything. And that's the only reason why. But it it is so frustrating. I want to go off, but I can't go off. So
Yeah. Yeah, me
Mm-hmm.
too. But I am just trying to
But
be
hopefully, what we're doing here now will touch even one
so let me
person to
so let me
change them
ask you
behavior pattern.
something. Who who you guys think dropped the ball on this thing? We're just hearing about this meeting with less than 2 weeks to go, because um they're saying it is the disciplinary committee, as if it has nothing to do with the J3 is. So who really dropped the ball?
The head. Who is the head? Because if it is that this you assign this task to the disciplinary committee and you see nothing being done, you're telling me that you don't go to them and say, listen to me, time is of the essence. We need to sort this out. This has been dragging on for too long. Because again, what they do reflects on you.
Yes, as the leader. Yep.
It
Mm-hmm.
reflects on who you are and what type of leader you are.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
But
ultimate responsibility is theirs. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
mhm,
Mm-hmm.
it can't
Yep.
lie anywhere else.
Yep.
It's on them.
This is just so unfortunate, but I am just waiting to hear, I've been talking to Mr. Tracy, as Alina call him, Taekwondo Tracy, all week. Earlier tonight, I asked him how he's doing. He said that he's good, but I know that, I mean, anybody in this situation would be a little off. He's human,
I'm a bit
and we just have to support. And that is why, we're here tonight to support the athletes. It's not just about Taekwondo, but all our athletes they have to suffer in silence because they'll be blacklisted or they'll be, all of that, because if they voice their opinion about something that they're not happy with, I mean, it is their federation, it is their space. There should be a line set up there that if an athlete want to talk to somebody, that's a place that you call. If you have a problem with something or someone, that should be the place that you call. But that is not home for them. The federation is not home for our athletes. It is not their safe space. Their safe space is in their head. And this that Taekwondo is speaking out about is something that has been happening for a long, long time. The Olympian that I was talking about that got the slap in her face, she competed for Jamaica in the 70s and the 80s. So this happened long time. Can you imagine? Can you imagine though? A
okay.
man slapped me in my
Can
face?
we come off it? You're getting me upset. Can we come off it?
No, seriously, can you imagine a man put him hand in my face, slap me in my face for my rights?
And him still have this?
Um, no.
And nothing came of it. Absolutely nothing came out of it. The athlete just take the slap in our face and walk away.
The other athletes that were there, if they, I'm sure they would have been aware of that. What did
Other
they do?
athletes were there. I get to understand that a certain male athlete got real upset. I won't
Yeah,
call his name, but he
yeah,
got
no,
real
no,
upset.
but
Yeah.
as a
Okay,
grouping,
about it.
as a group,
No,
as a
man, if I
group,
did me and my teammate, let me not say it
as
here.
a
Let us
grouping, they should have something
look
to that
here.
right away,
You box my teammate? Are you crazy?
right
My
away.
teammate? You
Yeah,
must be
as a
mad.
group, they should have
And you know what is so funny?
demand.
She was labeled as a troublemaker. She was labeled as
Demand,
a troublemaker.
demand.
My blood boil. My blood
Yeah,
boil.
man, them something that grieve me, man. And I'm saying
Really
I'm
no,
not
no change.
And I'm not saying these things cannot happen, but as the head of the federation, the first thing you do when the team return home is to call a meeting,
Yeah, you have a hearing. Yeah, and
have
you
a
see,
hearing, have
right,
something, find out what happened, and then
and
you
you
have
see,
a press conference to
you
talk
see,
to the
you see
Jamaican people.
totally right. Yeah, because
Yeah,
you're
you have a
absolutely
press
right. Yeah,
conference.
yeah.
Talk to us. We're a part of this thing too. Fans are a part of this thing.
And
It is just heartbreaking that what
Well,
is
you
happening.
know, say, he was a primary champs as a coach, and the man I got tell him say he can't stand on the track. I'm assuming this is the president.
No, but hold on, who was at the stadium? No, seriously, you ever listen to how some of these people talk to people?
I was at the stadium Saturday.
I was on a live Saturday night watching the meet at the stadium. Need I say more?
I was over.
It was embarrassing.
But I saw people commenting that there was this gentleman who was streaming the meet. Bear in mind, this meet
Yes.
is not being streamed. There is no recording of the meet. And this person took it upon himself to say, okay, let me stream the meet. And the governing body is going to tell him to stop. No,
No, but
we're trying
it's
to
not just
support.
no, it's not even.
I know, I'm just saying, hold on. I'm saying we're trying to grow the sport. We're saying, oh, there's a lack of fans, there's a lack of this, there's a lack of that. And somebody took it upon themselves to do something that you are not doing. Because, to be honest, if Track Alerts and Stratvision and them don't decide to volunteer themselves and go on track meets, we would not see after track meets. People complain about the quality, complain about this and that. But if these people did not take
Exactly, yeah. And I see the complaints all the way, and they're unreasonable.
decide to give us something that we wouldn't have normally have access to, right? And you're the governing body, and you're not giving us anything. And you see somebody giving us something. Is it that you're bad man and your feet said them are gonna get rich off of this and you not gonna get none of the profits? I'm not understanding the logics and the reasoning behind telling the person to stop streaming in whatever manner, because I heard it was disrespectful. Again, I was over by bleacher side with my athletes.
Look here. Is not me not have a problem with them telling him not to stream because it is their meet, they're the organizers, but it was the manner in which they addressed this young man. It went viral.
Oh,
People on the live could hear the disrespect. No, all they had to do is come to the young man and said, well, we did not give you the
right.
permission to stream the meet, and we're, as the organizers, we're asking you to just end it. But the way them handle the guy in front of everybody, people were there that I know, and them said the way them shame them, get up and walk away.
Me not take embarrassment well still.
What kind of leadership? What are we doing?
I was saying, if you look at some of the videos, you would see me standing in the infield video in a little pink top or peach top. And I said, when I saw the comment where somebody said that, and I said, I would like somebody to try it. So I stood right there and I'm videoing my athletes' races and I'm videoing them. And somebody said, suppose them come, Mr. Well, I get one of the phones, I don't know which one, but they would be swallowing it. Yes.
No, man, we have to do better. We have to do better. I mean, embarrassing somebody in a crowd cannot be a nice feeling.
Because they
And
have no approach, they have no etiquette. They're the bosses. Again, it's all about the ego.
where is the customer service? You're serving people. You know what I realize? I realize that a lot of people who are in leadership position, they think it is okay to talk down, to be condescending, to be
Yes,
disrespectful. They
yes,
think it is a
yes,
part of their job description
yes,
to talk to
yes,
people any and anyhow. And I
yes,
am just, these are the people who claim that they have the degrees and they have the this and the that. But
yes.
I mean, this is not how you talk. Even if you see someone is doing something wrong, you don't have to approach them like that.
Degree don't.
Soft answers.
You hear?
Suppose that young man who was recording, was doing the live, was a different kind of person. Yeah, embarrassing in front of people like that. Suppose it was a different type of person.
So,
No, man, we have to do better. We no, we can't have that. And the way how they talk to the athletes them sometimes, boy, I tell you.
Again, I tell people to be a coach, you have to be strong. To
Mm-mm,
get
mm-mm, mm-mm.
stronger.
No, I am not for that. The athletes are my babies. Whether they're older than me, it don't matter. But
okay, no.
the athletes,
I, I,
they are the
I,
most important
I
part of.
I remember, see, I go back in history now again.
Kill them with the history,
In
Ozzy.
2002,
Comedy band. I was a
Yeah, yeah, yeah. 2002 when we had when we hosted World Juniors here.
I
Sorry,
was
I
there
said here. We're
too.
not in Jamaica right now. In Jamaica, the track was being refurbished. So Shams
I
was there like GC Foster.
was there.
So me go over on far side of the field. The 100 meter other side, me go over the other side because they had a slope where the bobsledders set up them thing and practicing. So over there, a Jamaican farmer Jamaica he came by and we had chit chat and thing and then he telling me about some of his experiences with the administration. Then I don't want to call the names, but
No,
some other
right. Yeah.
members of the well, I think one was a former member at the time. I think he was a former member in the executive, and he said, "Boy, them don't like him. Them meaning others in the executive because it say him always try to look out for the athlete's interest. So them don't like him.
Yeah.
Which,
Yeah.
I
We.
so although I said that some former athletes probably in the executive, I think, and I believe sometimes some of them try, but maybe they just get
Overridden.
yeah.
Boy,
I
me would
think
have to
some
try no. Them would have to go run me out, but me would have to
I think
try.
some
I prefer to
do try,
try.
I
I
think
prefer
some
to
do try.
try and then
Mm,
run me out than I
right.
sitting there and don't try. No, me
And
I go
just
try.
watch and see things
But
going.
Me prefer
I
them
agree,
run me out. Me prefer them
with
say
you.
you have to go on, but
I agree with you.
no man. We have to stand for something, and this is not us standing for our personal gain. This is for country. I don't even know how these athletes do it. How they motivate. I mean, the country treat them in such a way. The federation, the fans, the media, and them still go out there and train and put on that kit and go compete for Jamaica. How
that's
they
why
do it?
the size if you're a media person, I can't like people over the fence. I will never like him.
No, Jaja. Mm-mm.
Him for
Some
go ahead.
people it's like some people wait for um an opportunity, a negative opportunity to
To
jump
show
on
them,
to the
to
athletes.
show
And
them.
no man, we need to stop. We need to stop.
But
And not.
a question. What I mean, you mentioned an incident that took place in the 70s. So why? I mean, it's different personalities, different personnel who have been in the administrations over the
Yeah, it
years.
was different
So,
personnel.
so is it just yeah? No, I mean I know. So over the years, a number of changes. No, so is it?
Whitney Houston sing a song that says same script, different cast.
Yeah.
Whitney
So
Houston and
maybe a
Deborah Cox
culture
sing that song, yeah. So
maybe it's a culture
even
that's spread
though
inside.
so even though the personnel are changing, the
Yeah.
certain things remains the same,
Brain
and
is it. Yeah.
it is heartbreaking. It is really, really
Very.
heartbreaking because this with Taekwondo Tracy should have been handled. Even if them did do it in a January, even if they had said, okay, the season finished September, we're going into Christmas, and let us make it blow off until January. Even at the beginning of the season, they could have dealt with this. Should have been dealt with a long, long time ago. And I thought that they would have at least to do it now. I'm wondering, and that is a question I have. Here's my question. Where is it? Where's the question? Why would the J3 disciplinary committee wait until now to address this issue? That is my question. I need an answer to that question.
Why when you find out, tell me.
Why no? I need them to come and tell us why no. Give me a good reason
There's
why
no good
June
reason.
15th.
There's no good reason.
And the next question I want to ask, who agree? Was it one person that made the decision to do it now, or it was a body of people that really sit down and say, we're gonna do it now. You're trying to tell me that nobody said no, it now gonna look good for we do it now, you know. Nobody thought about that, said now gonna look good to do it now. I know I'm asking all of these questions and we're not going to get any answers, but
Yeah.
it don't make no sense. It doesn't make no sense. Absolutely no recourse for the athletes. Why is it that the athletes has no legal claim against? Why?
I think
Why?
they
Why?
need to unite,
How
get
is it that
themselves
the
a body,
officials can
and
make a lot of mistakes and a lot of blunder and they are not called out? Somebody tell me why now, please.
We don't know.
Yep, that's where we are as fans. We don't know, but we have to come out in support of the athletes. We have to. We have to. We have to, because at the end of the day they go out there and compete, and all of us feel good to see our kit in that race, whether they come first or they come last. It is a part of the legacy, because when you look at the legacy you can say yes, that person competed for Jamaica, or you can say Jamaica had 3 in that race. Every time the athletes compete, it is adding to the legacy, it is increasing our legacy. We are rewriting the history books.
blah, blah, blah.
So I don't know how anybody else feel, but me can tell you say my heart heavy all week. Heavy, heavy, heavy. Heavy, heavy, heavy.
Yeah.
And the question again is, who dropped the ball? That is the question. Who
J3,
dropped the ball? Who
J3.
dropped the ball? And the next question I'm going to ask is, why is it that the athlete, why is it that there is no um body, trying to find the right term. Why is it that they do not have a body representing them? Why is it that track and field doesn't have an association, athlete association, like how cricket have WEPA? So that is my question to the athletes, that they
In fact,
need.
World Athletics, as part of their structure, they have a athletes commission, that advisory and all of the things that we said, that talk to the hierarchy in World Athletics. And that commission is comprised of, I think they allow former athletes up to a certain, after you retire a certain amount of time. But in fact, Alicia Protlair is of Jamaica,
Yeah.
was representing
Mm-hmm.
Jamaica, is a member of that commission. So World Athletics recognize the need to have a channel where the athletes can communicate and help to advise and all of that. J3 need to follow suit
Yeah, man.
immediately,
Yeah, we
immediately,
need something.
immediately,
The athletes, and I
immediately.
don't know who is going to do. I wonder if we can do it. We can do it. We can.
No, it's athlete. Well, it's athletes have to do because
Is the
it's
athletes have to
athletes.
do it?
Yeah, yeah. The commission is pure is athletes. So
Okay.
but the J3 have to acknowledge and recognize such a commission and facilitate it.
In
But
what
it
way?
will
What?
only help them. It will only help them, in my view.
Marlene said it's not who dropped the ball was punctured.
Oh wow! Ouch!
Not sure the
Ouch!
ball
Ouch!
like
Ouch!
the ball
You
that
fans are savage.
not sure the ball.
Olympian Dorothy Scott, genius, formerly of Veer Technical, said they're more important than the athletes. We should be grateful that they allow us to compete. I pick up the sarcasm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
And this is an athlete. This is an athlete speaking. This is an Olympian speaking.
but
No, I'm still at the ball was not chopped, it was punctured.
and boom and dash way.
No
I
man,
stop it.
we have to go do better. Fans, we everybody can't turn on the athletes then. We need to support them. So right now we're here to rally support for our athletes,
Yeah,
every one
yeah,
of
yeah.
them.
And
And the thing is that so many of our athletes going through stuff.
well,
Elaine
yeah,
is battling with injuries. Oh my gosh.
I said the
yeah.
first athlete to open my
So,
eyes to what's happening, and I will forever say it is what's his name again? Nikhil Ashmir.
Nikhil Ashmid.
I saw an interview, and that interview opened my eyes when he said he had a bone growing off his groin,
mm,
and he had to be competing through the pain, and he was down to the surgery, and I don't want to tell him like either no, I don't like to misquote, but if I'm not lying, the governing body would have known that he did the surgery, and nobody reached out to him to ask him how was the surgery, how was recovery, do you need any help, nothing.
yeah,
And
yeah,
then when he wasn't running good, everybody was on his case and tearing him down, and he got no support. And he said he was running for how long with the bone protruding off his groin. Sometimes he could have barely moved. But because it was his job,
mm,
he turned up to training and turned up to trials and turned up to meets.
yeah. But
Ay ay ay.
And
I
that
agree with you.
was the first,
Just a simple hi, howdy, how you doing, how you making out.
that's what he
Why,
said. He,
just that.
yeah,
It
he
make a
said,
hell of a difference.
and that was when I started to start looking at them sideways, because again I was not this deep into the sport in terms of
Mm,
know what's going on behind the scene. I knew it was nasty, but I didn't know. But that was when I started to looking at them side eye. But I don't know.
There is a commission now on the J trade that's welfare, at least welfare. But from the one line that it seems as if it deals with us maybe assisting athletes, which I know they have done. I mean, maybe not to the point
No
that
man,
way,
we need more.
but no, no, yeah, I'm just saying that, yeah,
Them
I'm
things
in
that break
agreement that
hearts, them something
they
here
need
make
we
me
need a
want to cry.
broader a broader thing like, yeah, man, just hi, how you doing? It's a no, that
People,
we're not, you know,
people,
how you
Jamaican
make out.
people, please let us show
But
the athletes them love. Don't judge them, don't ridicule them when they are having, because they're going through a lot out there. A lot of them put them body through all kind of things just to compete for us. And when them get injured and can't go, we cuss them out and we want to retire them and we say all kind. We need to stop it.
yeah,
I said we can be disappointed.
We can be disappointed, but
Disappointment is the problem.
of course, right.
Disappointed is a part of who we are
It's
as
natural.
humans.
It's a natural
It's
reaction,
just
right?
of
But
the disappointment, and the fact that we have to go on social media and make these disappointments known in
yeah,
language that should say in the drafts. That's the
there
problem.
there's so many nice things you can post about the athletes. I post about athletes every day, whether they're from Jamaica, America, Europe, Africa, it doesn't matter. And you're going to post something negative about an athlete, you can post something positive, because there you have a lot of positive that you
exactly,
can post.
exactly, right, right. It
You
right.
know,
It can't be just
I,
all
I
negative.
don't know.
It
I don't know. It looked like the negative sell more than the positive.
It does though.
it
It
does.
does.
Rare
And
sell more than.
you
Alright.
see the YouTube videos with it and the
Was
caption, the titles,
I was
clickbait,
here.
grab attention, and yeah, man, that's some of them. As we said, when we see the title, we don't even bother. We don't look at it. People send it to
You
me, I
I
know,
don't,
you
you know,
you
look
know
at it.
something.
why I don't go and comment is that I don't even want to open the video to give them the views. That's the
Yeah.
only reason, because sometimes I see it, I
Right,
want to rub them.
right.
You
But if you
know,
open it and click on them benefit, you never
Right.
do that.
you know
I just
something.
I must see the title and who did it. That's it.
So quite a few people tell me that. Quite a few people said to me, "So HP, if you don't do clickbait, nobody you're not going to get the quick views." And I said to them,
No,
I said,
no.
no, I am not going to mislead anybody to watch my
Exactly,
content.
exactly. You
I
lose the
said the content
credibility
that
and
I'm putting
integrity.
out there, people will watch it eventually.
Exactly.
But the
If,
clickbait thing, no, no, I
no,
don't do clickbait. Anything I put on my thumbnail is what we're going to talk about.
right.
Yeah, people tell me that. Them say, look here, if you're not do clickbait, you're not say nothing. And I'm like, wow. We need to
But you see,
stop it, man. We need to we need to
with the clickbait,
appreciate.
you will get initial people will look, but after they realize that you don't have no content,
It
they
it
will
will.
abandon you. They're not going
Mhm.
to go back. They're not going to go back. So it don't make sense.
We
So
need we need we need
quality
to we need
content,
to
high quality
we
content.
need
That's
to encourage each other. Let's find that nice little spot. If you don't have a big nice spot in your heart, find a little nice spot and be
right.
kind. Be kind to the athletes because the
Um,
athletes are navigating life. They're going through a lot of them going through a lot. I talk
oh,
to athletes every
well,
day. A lot of athletes have become my new circle. So I know that they are going through a lot and they've been through a lot. And athletes have retired with pain in them heart because
yeah.
of how we treat them.
HP, there's
So
one
I mean the only
article I want to ask you about. I think you
sure, go ahead.
might have. Yeah, don't you have some connection with Odin Skeen?
Odin Skeen? Yeah, I
Yes.
did an interview. Yeah, I did an
Is he
interview with
still
him.
is has he retired or you know?
It looked that way. He was in
Oh,
training up to I think last year.
last
He was
year.
in
Yeah.
yeah, but
My mind
I
just run
must
on him.
reach out to him. I'm going to reach out to
Mm,
him and ask him. But
yeah, yeah.
when I did
Mm.
the interview with him, it wasn't a live, and he did say he was in training and stuff. This was
I think
from
I saw it. Yeah, I think I saw that.
yeah, this interview was from 2022, but
2022. Oh, it's so far. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, right,
yeah.
right,
It
right.
was a
Yes, yes,
behind the scene interview before I
yes,
started
yes,
doing the live
yes.
show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My mind just running him, Just
Yeah.
wondered.
Yeah. Still have a Character record, Odin Skeen. Formerly of Woolmers, he was a member of that Super Champs team 2010
Yep.
that won that outstanding Champs 100. He
Oh
and
boy.
Dwayne Extall and Julian Fort and company. But
Yeah.
we're here for the athletes and
Yep.
let us support them. The Olympics is coming up. They're working hard. Believe me, our athletes are working hard to get ready and let us not be unkind. Even if you think it, you don't have to write it. Don't go on social media and just write like you know about these athletes more than they know themselves. Show them
Yeah.
some respect, show them some love. They are the reason why we can be here talking about track and field and doing interviews and all
Well,
of those things.
I
Last week, that interview I did with Tanya Lawrence said that she was injured to the point when she competing, she was in pain and she kept pushing and it wasn't coming. She missed the 2001 and the 2003 World Championship because of injuries that led to surgery. So a lot of times our athletes are out there competing and they are in pain. Elaine is
people
competing in pain
bash them.
and people bash them.
Well,
Boy, I mean, I know. It's just sad. It's just sad. We with the good heart, and have their best interests at heart, just need to keep encourage them and keep loving them up and be positive and send them little messages and just because these are the same people when they go out there and win the gold medal, the whole place are not pot cover and proud to
I
be
don't
Jamaican and want to be Jamaican.
I don't know if any of you can recall 2005 World Championship, 200 meters men final in lane one, Usain Bolt in the wet, damp conditions. Race start round the bend with the leaders at the time. It doesn't mean most of the boy fast. And then he pulled up. And
You
people,
you sure that
Jamaica,
wasn't you
2005,
sure that wasn't
2005,
2004?
2005, 2005
Okay.
World Championship, lane one
'Cause
in
it
the
happened
final.
2004 too. Okay.
2004 was heats. It didn't advance out of the heats.
Yeah, yeah.
2005, running out of
Okay.
lane one. pulled up, and Jamaicans were saying, "Boy,
Them
nothing
boy,
wrong with him. I
them
chew him, think him saying behind and him stop." I mean, they get in some serious argument, who's fight, and defend the
Yeah.
youth, We are a wicked set of people sometimes,
Yeah, man.
And then,
We
I remember later that year, that time, after that, he switched to Glenn Mills. And on KLA Sports in an evening program, Glenn Mills said when he got him, he had a tear in his hamstring. So confirming that he was hurt. Let me tell you,
This is why we can't judge them, because you see the thing is, you have some fans who talk like them know for sure and they've never met the
and
athlete.
I have a problem with some of
I
those.
have a problem with that.
Speaking from a position of authority and don't know,
Yes.
you know, man, it bothered me,
Monica
man.
Lewis, Monica Lewis is saying, I remember how Jamaicans at the pen relays cuss out Asaf for 1 year when he stopped running because he pulled up. It was disrespect. It was disgraceful. That's true. Yep. We have no idea what the athlete's going through, and we just cuss, and it's like cussing is the only thing some people can do. Me not gonna say we for that one.
Yeah, no,
all
I
right.
agree with you. Don't say we. Right, right.
Me not say we. 'Cause yeah, I don't cuss out athletes.
I mean, no coach Alina knowing of that. So,
No
What the
man, no, no,
right, right,
no
right.
man,
he call
no.
Alina?
You
What
know that. So don't say we.
who is we?
Every
No,
time I
no.
say we, Alina is asking me who is we. Why I keep
Yeah, yeah.
putting
Don't,
we
no
into it.
matter with the
But
we. No matter with the we
People
but
team with that.
now,
I agree.
but when I say that, I'm talking from a country's
Yeah, man, I
perspective.
understand you.
But
I
listen,
understand.
perspective me. I'm outside.
You know, I said to a colleague last year that last year or the year before, when the men were doing and getting bashing, but the hunt, the sprays, and bashing. I said to him, I said, boy, look, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when our ladies not going to do so well. And when I say not so well, I don't mean to them they may not get the medals the way I expect or the amount. It won't happen. Because it's just the numbers against us, the size. It's just small and it's unreasonable to expect us to consistently and continuously get that amount of medal. We're going to have a little dip. I say, I hope we don't bash the ladies like we have been bashing the men.
And the ladies, to be fair, the lady has been waving the flag.
Yeah.
To be fair,
Oh, I know.
also, Usain Bolt made it seem as if the men were more successful than they actually were.
Yep.
mm-hmm.
Because he was winning 1 and 2 and 4x1. In that time, it also pulled some of the men to actually, a medal 1 and 2. But if you looked at the bulk of the medal, it was coming from the females.
Yeah.
Because you had Kelly and VCB and Melly and Walker. You had
Sharika Williams.
Sharika Williams.
Williams from this in 400, right? The ladies in the hurdles
Right.
consistently.
You had London and Bridget Foster. So they
right.
Too much medals I call for the ladies already. And it was bold. I think we got a medal from what's his name?
We get
outside
one
and the
Asaf forget 2 bronze and the relays.
Asaf in a one. What about
Nesta got a bronze.
A bronze, yeah.
Individual race. I'm saying if you count the mentally at each champion, take the relay out of it, both would have gotten 2. And we'll probably get another 1 or 2 from the males. But the bulk of it came from the females.
Mm-hmm.
So when both retire and people say, oh, Jamaica sprinting gone to the dogs, I said, both went too. The both went away.
Mm-hmm.
That's all, really. Let's be honest about it. So if it is the females take a dip and performers take a nosedive, why would we be killing them and crucifying them when they've been the flag bearer?
Yeah.
Things change.
It's just how we are. It will happen.
It's a cycle.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And this is what I'm trying to tell to some people, you know. Look,
You
we
know
will have
why
a
we
little
are
dip.
like that?
We will have a
You
little
know,
dip.
you know why we're like that? And
Temporary.
I remember when Asafa Powell did that interview with Elaine, and he said Jamaican people can be ungrateful. It's ungrateful
Of course.
because if
I have a
you have
reasonable
you just name out the women. If you look at the 21st century, and let us just look at the Olympic Games alone, you had 5 Olympic Games gone already, and Jamaica alone win 4 at the 100 meter. Jamaica alone win 4 at the 200 meters. That are the sprints. Jamaica alone, Jamaica get either two medal or the three. You understand what I'm saying? We get medal in a 400 hurdles. We get medal in the sprint hurdles. We get medal in a 400. We get medal in a relay and so forth from the women. And the women consistently from the 21st century. You understand? The Jamaican women clean sweep the podium twice at the Olympic Games. No other country has done that yet, apart from us, and we did it twice.
So
You understand?
freedom and entitled.
We need to be a little bit more sensitive, and I don't know what to call it. I seriously
And
don't know what to call it.
try and understand the
Eh,
sport, nature of the sport. You know, just try
Yeah, you
sometimes.
have 195 countries in the world. I mean, going
and
after 3 medals.
everybody's
195 countries. And
Right.
Jamaica alone sweep the 3 medals.
but the thing
Yeah.
is, you know what I think? We're here complaining that our athletes not doing well, and I'm saying to them, everybody else is actually stepping up their game.
Yeah.
Every
Nobody
country stepping up.
remain docile and dormant. Every
Mm-mm.
Uh,
people stepping up. People that countries that never used to have nobody in sprint, them sprinting.
Mm-hmm.
last,
Sprinting.
yeah.
Some of them
La-
I watch from here. There's a coach that used to work at Camperdown and Racers. He's now in India.
Where?
In India.
Where?
Jermaine Shand.
no, India,
India?
they made a good showing in the last World Juniors, you know.
Yeah, yeah,
What?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And they have the javelin Olympic, defending Olympic champion is Indian.
So I'm not sure which level he's at, but I know he's in India. And there's also another Jamaican. I don't know if Mario, not Mario. Oh Lord, I can't remember his name now. He was in Australia coaching.
Mm.
It was a sprinter. I can't remember the name right now because I don't know once I bring it up I forgot. All I'm saying is all these countries are investing
Mm-hmm.
in the
Mm-hmm.
sport, whether at the grassroots level and so on, because they want to be up there. So when we're sitting there and we get complacent and we're too comfortable and we think that nobody else can beat us, everybody else is training.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They're training.
Mm-hmm.
And we have to also bear in mind that the current people that are on top, the Shelly and the stuff, they are getting older and they are going to step aside. And we have to give time for transition. It's not everything going to flow. We had the flow because we had the Merlin, and then when Merlin was stepping aside, here comes VCB, and she was really waving the flag for a while by herself in terms of the gold medals, and then the Shelly them come, and when Shelly them era is where the real big boom took place, and we've been consistent from 2008 to present.
We have been spoilt.
And that is the problem now. But so because of that, look a boom now. You see, 2017, oh God, me not think the athletes them sleep well. Them crucify them. I don't think the athletes slept well 2017.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Call them, and then the big media also call the man goldfish.
Yeah. I,
You
I,
see?
I
You
remember.
see, you see things like those.
I
How
remember.
how can you be a media host and do something like that to your own people?
It was Lasco company, it was Lasco.
Yeah.
Somebody said them they want to write gold rush and them write goldfish. I said rush and fish is so far apart. Rush and fish is so far apart. I'm laughing because
We
we can't.
need to do better. We have to go do better. We have to go treat these athletes better because we have to treat them better. These are
But But I think the point to make about it, sorry, HB, 190 odd countries competing for the 3 medals.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of Jamaicans, you make a final, and to them, that is nothing.
Listen,
They
Look
don't
here, you
medal,
win bronze and that and nothing.
do nothing.
I call that a point because Oblique came fourth twice, and I saw
Yes,
somebody say make him me I quote it in a part because it was say
yes.
I look over upon no while and him no win no medal yet. I two fourth come because
The tour, right. And World Championship last year, see, it brought something to the public. The thing that they set up where they after the heats and you go to the room and you saw the people waiting to
Yes, I
see.
like that. What they call
And
it?
like
waiting
the
Yes.
the
Yeah.
things.
Them call it the
yeah,
chill room or something like
something
that.
like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you see how some of the athletes celebrate and jump for joy when them do all of this qualify for the next round, And Jamaica, boy, we come forth. Him only come forth. Him not do nothing. Him come
We don't
fifth.
look on that.
Yeah. And these
We need to
athletes, oh,
And both
them
we,
reaction.
we need to
both
be
Like,
more we need to we need to be more supportive of our athletes.
first of
and
all, I think people should
That's
try to
all me I gotta say.
that young man,
understand the sport a little bit better. Then maybe they can comprehend what really happening.
and then all right. Both times he was not fit. This year I even said it to Heather. Because I train up at up at UE. And I'm saying to Heather, he's not 100%. And even going into the races, I was worried. And when I saw him run the 9-8, I was like, boy, you're not fit. What is happening? But people don't understand that he struggles with injuries. And sometimes the round take kind of call
Yes,
the front.
exactly.
One run he might can manage on the injuries and the body. But 3 rounds, even if you look good in one and two,
In a short,
in a
a
short,
2D span. Right.
it is going to come to the fore.
Yeah.
But what I like about him this year is that despite, last year when somebody run up on his shoulder, he would have stiffened up. And twice I've seen people run up on his shoulder and he has responded in terms of not being tight in the shoulder, not,
Mm.
You're relaxed.
Yeah, he did it at when he ran the 19 something over so in the straight
In
200, and he
straight.
did when Noah was coming up on him, he still maintained his form, which is something he was not doing prior to.
Yeah.
So
Although me,
be,
So that's a plus.
we beat him up still for looking cross in the 100. But yeah,
me too.
yeah. You
You know
run
what?
look straight down the field and when the
Yeah,
race
man, the
run, you
finish
stop and
line
look
is
and
ahead
see.
of you.
I
Yeah,
said to him,
yeah, yeah. Nobody,
But you just
you
see
know,
Noah respond to that.
I said to him,
Noah say
yeah.
I'll see you in Paris.
I said once
But
this cross line, we
but
good.
but since we're on that subject, since we're talking about it, what surprised me is that so many people were surprised that Oblique beat Noah Lyles.
I guess because remember, Noah is on form. Every season Noah on form. I've
Right.
never seen that guy off form.
All
Yeah,
right.
true.
Prize Ozzy stemmed not from talent, but from the fact that I knew what he was struggling with, and I have to sit there in the evening and watch him get the
Uh-huh.
fit work on him and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But remember the Thursday prior to that race, he was doing some short
Mm-hmm.
sprints. And I took my phone and I made a video and I was like, no, him look really good.
Mm-hmm.
He looked the short sprints, but he has not been running any curve since since the last 200 meters that
The
he ran.
200, what he
No,
won,
no,
20.1.
no, that was a straight. The last one he ran out
No,
in,
the
that was
20.1 in
yeah.
April.
So that was the
April?
last. Yeah, him
Yeah.
not really curve because of some niggles. So that's why I
Mm-hmm.
was. But then when I saw him the Thursday, I was saying I can be optimistic.
Mm-hmm.
But then when I saw the 9-8, I said, you know what?
Mm-hmm.
Something is a coming.
Something is
Yeah.
cooking.
I'm
But guys,
keeping my
we
fingers crossed that he can complete his season without
yes,
any
man, we just
further.
keep
Yeah,
praying
yeah,
for them and send positive energy. We
yeah.
need to stop. Not we, the people who are sending negative.
Yeah, that we.
The people, no, I'm not gonna say we on this one. The
Yeah,
people
yeah,
who are
yeah.
sending negative energy on
Them.
our athletes, they
Yeah,
need to
right,
stop.
right, right.
Just
The
send
negative.
some positive, and no matter how
Yes,
bad the
man.
performance look,
You're,
Yeah,
send
man.
them some positive energy, some positive.
you're assuming that they know what the word positive is. And
Send some positive energy, man.
people people will treat you based on how they feel and their perspective. And sometimes in order to feel better about themselves, they have to put you down. I
Yeah, we need to send them some positive energy. And believe it or not, when you do that, athletes athletes will respond to you,
Of
because
course,
I
of
post I post
course,
a lot of the athletes on Instagram, and when I see my notation, them
of
like it.
course.
The fact
And
that I repost them thing, them like it. People like
and
Brittany
yeah,
Anderson, all of them. Navaski is a big one who every time I post him thing, him like it. Taekwondo Tracy, all of these athletes, they appreciate the positive energy. So let us just keep
mhm,
putting
yeah, man.
positive
And the
energy out
fans
there.
and the athletes sometimes, I mean, generally, not just Jamaican athletes, they do comment on it, boy, athlete,
Yes,
and they,
yes,
boy, yeah, the support they're getting from
yeah,
and some of them
yeah.
recognize it and acknowledge it and
Hmm.
give thanks to the fans for the support and all of that,
Yeah, man, they do, they
Yeah,
do. So let us just
they
let us
appreciate
just
it,
send
man.
them positive
Mm,
energy, and let us just send Taekwondo Tracy, who going through this now. Let us just send him some positive energy and let him be optimistic, and just hold him head high and just hold it together, because we are here in the wings support him. So before we go, guys, I'm going to give you each one of you to say your closing remark, because I may have my own, so your closing remark. So,
yeah,
we're about wrapping it up, but,
10
we just
pages,
wanted,
closing
we,
remark.
we just want the J3 to know that we're not here to attack anyone.
oh,
Right,
We
yeah.
are just
you
concerned
them.
fans. We
You
are
not say you.
we are concerned fans, and we want what is best. We want the best
First,
for
oh,
our athletes. We
and
want the best for our athletes. So who is going
we,
to start?
me, and this
Start.
person
Yes.
that you attack them, I am. So take me out of the weed and not
I'm
me.
sorry. I'm sorry.
Anyways,
Go,
in the world, sizzle attack one of them can't keep a good man down. Keep your head up, keep trying, keep striving. Moving forward.
Ozzy.
Okay, just generally with what we discussed now overall. Um, I do hope that even one or two of the athletes watch this program and hear some of the suggestions that were made about uniting, getting up, getting themselves together, challenging the J3 for some place or position, a commission, something that they have a channel of communication, that they can be heard, things can be dealt with because it is necessary. It will help the athletes, it will help the J3, it will help track and field Jamaica. Um, Taekwondo, why unfortunately the timing just bad, just bad, just bad. It just bad. So I'll kind of leave it at that for now.
All right. My closing remark is, this is not just on behalf of Taekwondo Tracy, but he's a big part of it right now. This is for all our athletes, our ambassadors, our gems, our legacy writers. And I'm calling on the J3s. Please be reminded that you are there to serve the nation's athletes. They too have a voice. Let their voice be heard without repercussions,
Exactly.
unforgiving, resentments, etc. They are the ones who are doing the work to make Jamaica a powerhouse in track and field. So let us serve them fairly and equally. Let good sense prevail all the time. And again, this is my 2 cents. And again, this is not an attack on the Federation. We just want to see
You
things going forward. And we want fair play. And in sports, fair play speaks about integrity, fairness,
Equity.
and respect. and we're leaving it there. And this love tonight is for the athletes, for the Jamaican athletes who are going to go out there and make us proud in June and in August. And every time they touch a track, they make us proud. So let good sense prevail and let us stop hurting the athletes. A lot of our athletes are, hurt because of some
Manage.
affiliation with with the federation, and we need to stop because a lot of athletes retired and their pain has not been addressed. And let us try and do better going forward. These are our ambassadors. Let us treat them fairly. No athlete is more important than the other. Let us treat them um, fairly. And as I said, fair play in sport is speaks about integrity, fairness, and respect. So Taekwondo, my good little friend, we're in the wings supporting you, sending you some love. And as you go into this meeting on Saturday, just keep your head high. Keep your head high. You are one of Jamaica's gem, track and field gem, and that will never change. No decision can change that. So, some love for Taekwondo right now, who is,
You
So, guys, thank you for being here and everybody who joined us, all these lovely people who are chatting with
let's
us.
let them talk tonight.
Yeah,
Because
man, then talk. I will leave tonight, man.
Marlene,
Marlene.
belly for 9 months, baby, come now.
Mm-mm.
I need to go back and look at some of the I know miss some.
Listen,
Marlene.
the chat was busy tonight.
No, my audience. Yeah, man, they're very, very, very
Eh,
vocal. See, Taekwondo Tracy just joined the live. Good night, Mr. Tracy. How are you? We're here sending you some love,
Please,
and
you're
some.
not attacking J3.
Yeah.
Um, you have to speak for yourself.
Uh-oh. Taekwondo Tracy is on the live, guys. Taekwondo, you want to join us just for a minute and show your face? You don't have to. You don't have to. You don't have to if you don't want to.
Can't keep you down. Them can't keep you.
Yes. Then can't keep you down, puppy. I
Them
hope
big
God is not asleep on this one, and good
be
sense
so better. Rub them out. Them coming.
will prevail. We are here for you. We're supporting you. You're in our thoughts all week, Yes, Papa,
I
yes.
want to them
So
them alone, you know.
all right,
But
so
eh, everyone
Taekwondo is saying
done with
all
you.
will be well. Taekwondo
So
is saying
quiet
all will be well. Yes,
tonight.
honey. Yeah, yeah. I do understand.
But we're standing 10 toes down with you. 10 toes.
Yes, man. We in there with you, Taekwondo. We're right there with you, showing some love and support. We have to show our athletes love. When you guys go out there to compete for us, you really put on a good show for us. So big up yourself, Taekwondo, and thanks for stopping by and showing us some love, and whole heap of love out there for you, puppy. A lot of love, a lot of love, a lot of love. Just keep your head up and big up yourself, Mr. Tracy.
We still like give them green
Tai-
man. So anyway,
Taekwondo Tracy
so
in
say.
the building with us. Thank you guys for checking in, everyone. I mean, there are so many names. I can't call the names. Let me see. But thank you guys for another evening of track and field chat and talking about some of the people that we hold dear to our hearts, the
I,
athletes.
I love me some Marlene. I ain't gonna lie.
Marley, behave yourself. But tonight the fans were very busy and vocal, and this is how we feel. We feel the pain, the hurt. 'Cause this one hit. This one really hit hard.
Hey there.
This one really hit hard.
Um,
It hit hard. So Kino is saying, good vibes, Mr. Taekwondo. Me not like one of your namesake.
Peep,
oh
peep, peep,
Lord.
peep, peep, that.
Oh boy.
As I said, that is busy tonight.
Eh?
Listen, as always, I enjoy this space so much. I enjoy being here. I enjoy hanging out with you guys. My audience. Oh God, I love my audience. I love my athletes and I love my audience. And whole heap of love for the athletes, all the Jamaican athletes, and sending a shout out to Brianna Liston, who too is battling injuries and she closed off her season. Love to Brianna Liston. Love to Elaine battling the injuries. Love to Sharika. I mean, if I call name, I have to go call everybody name.
Yeah,
So right.
Right.
So I'm not going to call any name because nobody is more important than everybody.
Exactly.
Big up
You're gonna miss
everybody.
out
Big up.
somebody.
Listen, it's just so we have so many of them that if we should call name, we're gonna there all night.
Me
All
go
right.
there. Let me big up my
A big congrats to Nikisha Price, who has set a new national record of 48.89 seconds in the 400-meter, erasing the outstanding Lorraine Fenton from the history book. Lorraine Fenton, silver medalist at the Sydney Olympic Games. Outstanding Lorraine Fenton. Big up to Nikisha Price on
big up
for that.
it's me not stop saying. Big up to my athletes competing at trials. Big on up.
Big up to all the athletes. And guess what? Guess what, athletes? I will be at the trials watching all of you guys. So if you see me rush down and thing, it's not a stranger.
If them let you in, I see them after tonight.
Yeah, if no man, they're going to let me in. No, you see the thing is, the J3 know that I mean well. I'm not one of the disrespectful ones. They know that. They know that. They know that. They know that I have the sport interest at heart. And no, they're not going to ban me from the
I
stadium.
they put out
Persona
a
non
friend
grata.
spoke up. So you stay there. They put him
What
out
they did put out someone?
because there was a false start. I think I'm trying to remember if it was with Janelle Smith or Janique Brown, and he was one of the person that was lamenting to the
When was that?
a couple
You
years
mean
ago
okay.
at the national chat, and then put him out the stadium. Took away his coach's thingy and put him out.
No man, then no, they can't do that, man. I've never disrespected them. So they would have to have very good grounds to keep me on. I know what I will have to do. I did it anyway.
But
But
Tina said, big up him at least and we're going primary champs.
um, HP, you're planning anything for like a preview or something for trials?
for trials, oh yeah, we
Yeah.
can have yeah, we're going to have a discussion show talking about our athletes, our lovely athletes that we love to talk about and stuff. Yeah. Yeah, we can.
Oh, true, because as me need me play one game and me want win. So me wouldn't mind on tell me who not, but when I can't give me first to third, me have to get 1 to 8.
In what?
In a game from a friend,
For the
it's called
trials, you mean you have to get
As it
one to
relates to the trials?
correctly?
mm-hmm.
That's tough, man. That's a tough,
No man, that is tough.
You think I've been playing the game for Diamond League and I stress?
So
But
hold on there. How
You
the
need to get
game
all the
goes?
places right. You mean you have to get first place, second place, third place right.
You
and
mean
it,
in the
In the right
final?
order.
uh-huh.
From
Huh?
the final? From the final?
You're going to have to pretty cool coming in the final so you can put that up here there.
Oh, since you mentioned
Then
that,
we don't have an idea who are the top 8 for the 100 for the women here talk.
I said for everything, it's a game that lists all the
is
events.
World Athletics. World Athletics usually
No
have a
man,
thing, you know.
it's Mr. Quarry. He coach at Immaculate. He's the head coach at Immaculate.
Eh.
It's
I want to play. How we
I'll,
can play?
I'll send you the name of it. You download it on your either Play Store or Apple.
Oh, okay.
Play Store,
All right.
darling. Play Store.
I will.
There's a site you see. Let's run.com. They usually like US trials. Just 1, 2, 3. They usually have that. You can win some prizes.
Why I like this game is because it challenges you to try and figure out, just guess who will be in the top 8. Middle distance is even harder because you go from
Yeah.
8 to like 15.
Mhm.
Unless
Nice.
and then now we for London, which Diamond League? There's a Diamond League coming up. I think it's London Diamond
Next
League.
one is
If you win that you get a 5-day trip to Mexico.
What?
Ooh,
So
I want to
man.
play. I
no,
want to play.
Acapulco.
I don't want nobody to play London. I play London. I want to play something else.
I want to play. I want to play.
Oh, yeah. So I'm just promote your game Q. Big me up.
But check
I wanna
next round.
play.
They usually have a contest, but it's just the first 3 positions.
I'll send it to you, Heather.
And
It's called,
they give some prizes, cash prizes and track shoes and all sort of stuff. And I
Okay,
believe
well,
we're an
What?
athletics name for man for the Olympics.
Like how me day you're a big sneakers drive.
I need
Anyway, I want to big up my thing there.
Ooh,
My grassroots
9:30.
track club, HP 1K Distance Academy. So some of the athletes from our organization competed at the parish champs on the last weekend, and guess what? We won a silver medal in the 1200 meters. So yay! Wanna now clap me? Yay! We won a silver medal.
now big up
And
Patina.
and big up Coach Keno. Coach Keno. Big up Coach Keno. Coach Keno is the head coach for HP1K, and he has done a wonderful job with these children. They're just between 7 and 12, and he has done a wonderful job. And 6 of them, I think, 5 or 6 were selected to compete for St. Mary Parish. So big up St. Mary.
Coach. Top coach.
St. Mary, big up yourself. So
I'm proud of you, Tina.
yeah, he's doing well. He's doing well. So the academy, it's young, just 2 months, so it's doing well.
Oh, Kina, remember to send you the level 1 programming that's going on now, the World Athletics one. You can do it.
Yes, he's doing well. So, and this is all for Jamaica. This is all to benefit Jamaica. So I'm hoping that I can partner with the J3As and get some resources to continue this wonderful program to bring back Jamaica middle and long distance program. So Mr. Garth Gale, I'll be sending you a letter, sir, for us to collaborate. So guys, with that said, tonight was about Jamaica track and field legacy that lives on, and let us do right by our athletes. Let us do right by our athletes. Let us love them up. Let us do right. And of course, as I said, fair play, integrity, fairness, and respect to all. And with that said, thank you all for being here tonight. Thank you all for being here. Have a wonderful night, everybody, and have a great, great weekend. And of course, a lot of track and field going on all over the place, I think. So have a good night.
And Ozzy, it's always nice talking with you.
Ozzy look like him freeze. So
later.
Ta-ta!
Yeah, man.
We're running it all the way, we're in the lead. We're running it, finish line is all I see. Get up on, no, don't stop. Future bright, the vibes nice, oh gosh. No time for slow down, just sprint, can't lapse. We walk the talk, the socks, my boat tracks. So come through, let's talk about it, what you say? Oh. Your girl HP is on her mark, so get set ready.
On your mark, set, go.
Oh yeah, make we chat about it. What the fastest?
Make we chat about it.
Or on left,
make we chat about it.
Check and feel at the topic.
Oh, make we chat about it.
Latest news,
make we chat about it.
All your views,
make we chat about it. Track and field chat we say with the girl HP.